Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Eureka Farms in Farming Simulator 19 with me, CWATTYESO. It is a nude morning, fresh off the seeding of our two fields. So today we've got work to be getting on with. So yes, we got field 7 seeded with with grass. We've got field 8 sown. I'm going to need to do some fertilizing, I believe I've also got some contracts to make a start with today. We've got field contracts. We've got fertilizing field 9, fertilizing field 10. There's quite a lot of fertilizing contracts, actually. Probably want to be making a bit of a start with that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do some fertilising. There is also some new mods installed. Rest analysis of field 8. Okay, so you can now get there's a mod that lets you request analysis of fields, save you having to soil sample them yourself. You can also do some resetting of various different elements of the game. Do with precision farming. It was a mod that came out on the mod hub last week. Haven't really had a chance to look at it. Missed it out. There was also another mod that I'm pretty sure I've installed as well today for the first time, and I can't remember what it is. Cannot remember what it is. Again, something else that I saw on the mod hub and thought, you know what, that's probably going to be pretty fun. So I downloaded it and can't remember what it is. Might have been an update, actually. Thinking about it, might be the Big Bud update from JHGG Bud mod thing. Yeah, we'll start the day off with 2 fertilising contracts, and we'll fertilise our own fields until they are adequately fertilised for the we have sown. The great thing about this is it doesn't take very long at all to the contract. Although, to be fair, what it costs to buy the liquid fertilizer to put in the machine, you end up doing pretty much one of the contracts for free. And even cover the cost of the fertilizer. Because, believe it or not, I've actually sprayed these fields quite recently. I did them off camera. And then, lo and behold, next day, they want fertilising again. So, I get to do the same contracts twice. This time I get to do them on camera for all of you lot to enjoy. Yeah, there's definitely some big fertilizing contracts on this map. I could always set a little worker off and get a worker to go and do them. Have a look, shall we? 51,000, 50,000, field 4, 91,000, 61,000 for field 12. Might be worth doing those, or it might be worth accepting those and letting the worker go and do them. Hiring a worker. Yeah, new week starts today. It's Monday the 8th of February as I record this, and as I'm currently looking out my window, snow is falling here in the UK. Snow everywhere again. In real life. Always a bit of a... causes a bit of a disruption in the world. Believe it or not, we're not prepared for that kind of thing here in the UK. Not really snow people. Despite most people thinking of the UK as being cold, countries outside the UK don't get a lot of snow, or we haven't. It's not really been in our climate for my lifetime. We've not had really serious snowfall. I think there's only 1 year in my lifetime where we've had big enough snowfall and cold temperatures that it's affected me. I think that was back in like when was that? 2000? I'd say 2008. When we had the big snow winter. It snowed in like late October and it stuck around till February. So we had like literally like 4 months of snow. And at the time I was working for a golf club. I was working at a golf course. And snow and golf don't mix. You can't play golf in the snow. So I ended up having like 3 months at home. I got to spend like 3 months at home, with the occasional day where I had to travel into work to do some IT stuff, because I was a bit like the IT guy as well as being golfer, pro shop manager, driving range manager. I'd go in and do like I'd go in a couple of days a week to do like website, updating the website stuff and getting the range balls, because obviously the range was still open whilst it was snowing. Still going up and using the range even though there was snow everywhere. It just made it a nightmare for collecting the range balls, because it meant I had to go and pick up range balls by hand. We couldn't use the machine collector, because obviously it would just get clogged up with snow. So we'd have to walk the range that we'd organise a bunch of golfers. There'd be a bunch of us, as well as obviously the staff that lived on the golf course would come out and do it. We'd literally walk from the top of the range where people hit balls, the bottom end of the range where the trees were at the bottom, and we'd have these little hand collectors. We'd have these little like clicker tube things, shag bags, and we'd literally just walk the range, manually pick it up, and we'd have these great big plastic buckets, these massive great big plastic buckets, huge things which had like these great big rope handles, and two of us would literally carry one of those between us that we'd be emptying the clicker tubes and shag bags into as we went from the thing. And then clearly now looking back on it, we weren't very smart, we weren't very intelligent, because if we'd actually thought about it a little bit better, we would have started at the bottom end of the range where the trees were, picked the balls up there and moved back towards the driving range. The reason for that is that obviously as you're emptying into the buckets and tubs, they get heavier. So the way we were doing it, we were starting at the top of the range with an empty bucket, filling the bucket as we went down the range, so carrying a bucket that was getting heavier and heavier and heavier, all the way to the bottom of the range, 70 odd yards away from where we were. 300 yards away from where we started, and then was having to carry the heavy bucket all the way back. The buckets were full. If we'd have started at the bottom of the range, and then we would have just had to carry the buckets in one direction, and by the time the buckets got full and got to their heaviest, we would have actually been back at the range ready to tip them into the machine that washed the balls, sorted them, and then put them back in the machines. I can't believe how freaking stupid that. I mean, that's something we didn't realise that back then. It just didn't occur to us. we were given, we were carrying these huge buckets of balls. Oh. Yeah, I remember. That's, like I say, that's the only time I've really experienced snowfall here in the UK that has caused major disruption to my life. But it seems like every time we get a little bit of a sprinkling, a little bit of a dusting of the stuff, the whole country just collapses. That not spraying. Gone wrong there. Not empty, I've got 57% left. Contract is complete, apparently. Okay. Wait a minute, this is my field. Something's gone wrong there. Turn off the automatic. Right, and let's put on the manual. Fertilise this last strip. I didn't think I'd finish this field, and I thought that's way too generous that the farmer's going to let me complete a contract with most of the field missing fertiliser. Figured that was the case. That contract is now complete. There we go. I am going to queue up these other two, 12 and 4. They're worth big money. I'm not going to bother about those two, but we will get the work going. Bit. I'm just going to do my fields now. Let's put the old thing on. So we have automatic application rate is on. Fertilise our crop here. First time spraying our own crop after sowing. That. Nice and green on the old fertiliser scale. Excellent. A lot of fertiliser though, because this field is quite under fertilised. I did manure spread it. Obviously, it only sets the manure to a random level. Well, not random, but a very low level for the soil type. When there's no crop on the field and you're applying slurry, manure, digestate, that sort of stuff, it just applies a minimum amount of nitrogen for the soil type. The only way to really get your crops, you know, to the correct level is then to come and spray them afterwards. Doing now. Lovely field. Almost done. We'll go and refill, and I can go start the worker off. On one of the contracts. I'm quite happy to do those for me. Bang them out pretty quick. It is a fairly decent sized sprayer, this. I was then thinking to myself about the possibility of buying another field. You know what? I would be very tempted to do after the 2 contracts. That will give me quite a nice bit of money, and then field 9 is probably the candidate at this stage. And the fact it's got a crop on it, and I think it's barley, be very nice, because that would then play into the next stage of my farm development, which would be, let's maybe put in some animal husbandry. Let's maybe go for chickens, as always, to start with, because chickens are fairly safe to look after. Don't take a lot of maintenance. Particularly problematic animal, not like, say, pigs and cows, which need a tremendous amount of infrastructure to support them, particularly for making their food, and obviously being able to harvest all the different crops and stuff that need to go into their foods. So yeah, we might add in some chickens. We'll probably, once we get the grass growing and we start getting the grass going, we'll probably then look at adding in the sheep. Start making some wool. Don't know about horses. Horses, typically, you only really want to do horses if you're trying to generate lots and lots of money. Massive amounts of ridiculous money from selling ridiculously priced horses. I appreciate the fact I folded that. I probably shouldn't have done. focus. Could have done. Sprayed my grass. Yeah, let's spray the grass first. Can't remember whether I've still got growth turned on or off. You know, applying the optimal rate of nitrogen for grass on sandy loam. Oh, sandy loam for the win. Problematic. The traffic. It's also where probably ought to be doing a headland at this. I've got to remember, always do a headland on this end of the field. Fire of power. Although, got to use a lot of nitrogen on grass. Foggy today, here on the map. Hey, we're ticking along nicely. First 3 hours of the day in fertilizing. Quite excellent. Oh, this works very, very well. Now I can fold him up. I'm going to refill him. We're going to go set him off on one of the contract fields, and then I'm going to come back. The chicken placeable placed down here at the main farm. Oh, really? But machines. I moved the scout, by the way. I did move the scout from behind the pressure washer. So, field 12 and field 4. 12's the big one. Field 4's the even bigger one. We'll start with field 12. On the right here. What I'm going to do, just to make life a little bit easy for myself. Worker. So he doesn't get scared of the road. And the car's travelling on it. I'll do a headland. More snow is coming down now. It's coming down a lot harder outside my window. Wow. Get a good dusting. Ripped. Worker is hired. That should be him now doing this contract quite happily. He's got plenty of room down the bottom. He won't need with that. He won't get worried by that road. Pop back to the farm. Think about getting our chicken now. I think the original chicken pen lived over here. We're going to use a modded one. I don't really have much options apart from maybe Steve. That's going to put the food trough and water troughs right down the side of the house if I position it that way. We don't want to do. Bring it right back. Contact with this hedge. I don't think there's anything that's going to spawn that area. And what we don't appear to have or I had the animal pen extension mod installed. So let's go for 50 of the white chickens. The black chick. I might have animal pen extended, not animal pen extension. So I can't put water in. Or in manually. That's something I haven't done for a long time. And one rooster for good luck. Yeah, no water requirements there. Okie dokie. Remember if I've got any stuff in the silos. I haven't. May have to go. Chicken food. Pallets. Really got a front loader, have I? Have a front loader on you or not? I need some way then of getting chicken pallets. Actually, I don't, do I? What we can do is just load the pallets into the trailer. But I'm going to use the little trailer. Which will then help me, because once we get the chickens producing some eggs, we'll have lots and lots of income. Only going to take 2,000 litres at the moment. I don't imagine for 1 second. Well, they might use more than that, but I've got 151 of them. Could eat all of that. 2,000 litres actually barely scratches the surface. Barely scratches the surface, but hey, it's going to keep them going for now. Like I say, what I would like to do in next episode of the series, buy a field. Nine, yeah, we'll buy field 9. 10's a little bit more out of my price range. our current fields are very poor yield potential. Minus 88, minus, you know, 99, only 99%. That one's 102. That one's 108%. 309, 98. That one's bad. 98, 99, 94, 90, 601. So actually on this map, the soil is very, very poor. A lot of it is loamy sand, which is terrible. Your productivity. Yeah, need to keep our eyes on that. Contract wise, he's 44% complete on field 12. So field 4 done in a little while. He's only used 20% of his fertilizer so far. So that's perfect. And at this point in the video, I'm going to say thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I will be back again very soon with some more Eureka farms. If you have enjoyed the video, remember to leave your likes, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel to see more. And I'll be back again very soon. From a very snowy United Kingdom, it's goodbye for now.